Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. Well, it seems that lately, NASA, among many others, have been gearing up and ramping up their mission to get people to Mars. And I know we've posted Mars videos in the past, and we get a lot of hate on Mars videos, which is why I usually don't post videos about Mars. Because if you see something on Mars, anybody can call it a rock, and a lot of them are rocks. However, we have found definite structures on Mars, and we've talked about how Mars was an Earth-like planet millions of years ago before something happened. What looks like a large war of some sort, due to the fact that the scarring on Mars is very specific to a certain type of electric energy weapon that would have had to have been used to create the massive scarring that is on Mars. And there's a wonderful video about this that I will post down in the video description, proving that there was an ancient war on the planet that likely destroyed it. So we've talked about Mars, and we've also talked about the fact that it's looking more and more like it may not be the dead red planet that everyone, including NASA and scientists who are in bed with NASA, would have us believe. We've found water on Mars. We know that there was water on Mars. We've posted photos of water on Mars before NASA even came out and finally admitted it. We've posted evidence of ancient structures, monoliths, domes, strange artificial-looking objects that do not match the surrounding natural terrain. And so now, NASA, along with many other countries and private space firms, are racing to get to the red planet. And there is an international agenda and mission that is overseeing a multitude of individual exploration plans led by NASA, the European Space Agency, along with many other private and public firms that are ramping up the development and the process by which we will start getting people to Mars. Now that really makes you wonder what is going on, that suddenly we have this conglomerate of agencies, space agencies across the world that all of a sudden are taking a lot more interest in Mars and in getting people to Mars. And I will prove this even further here in just a second by a new experiment that NASA did in space. But as I'm saying, we have all of these space agencies all working together on these projects to get us to Mars. Now, some of the projects will be to investigate Mars' structure and composition, while others are being used to seek signs of life. For instance, the United States, as published in a TechTimes.com article, will be in 2018 launching its InSight lander and is aiming to launch a multifunctional next-gen orbiter toward the planet in the 2020s. Next, we have Europe. The European Space Agency and Russia have joined forces to build their two-phase life-seeking ExoMars project, which involves a methane-sniffing orbiter and an entry, descent, and landing demonstrator module that will arrive on the planet in October, with a second phase launching in 2020, where they will be putting another rover on Mars with a drill equipped on it. Next, we have China, who are also going to be sending a rover to Mars as early as 2020 that will be collecting samples from Mars that will be returned to Earth by 2030. We have India, Japan, United Arab Emirates, and SpaceX, all of which are creating orbiters that are going to be launched, probing the planet. Japan is going to be launching a mission to one of Mars' moons, Phobos, targeted for the 2020s, and we don't have to tell you about the very enigmatic moon that is Phobos. You've all heard of the Phobos incident, where Soviet-Russian space probes were knocked out of orbit by something out there while they were taking images of this moon, and before they were knocked out, they captured an image of a large cigar-shaped craft, complete with the shadow that it was casting on the Martian surface before being knocked out, signal lost, and they were never seen again. So we have all of this new interest in getting to Mars. And NASA, our very own space agency that we love to hate, has just done the one thing that you are never told to do in space, and that is they have lit the largest fire ever done in space. And they've captured some footage of it that you are seeing here, showing these daring tests on a cargo ship close to the International Space Station. So what they did is they released a video of this large fire that was lit inside an unmanned cargo ship in space. And they've done this in order to help NASA understand how large-scale fires behave in microgravity. And these videos were posted on NASA Glenn researchers' Twitter page. And the test is being done so that they can once again figure out the safest way to deal with such a calamity in space, specifically in terms of sending human beings to Mars and making sure that they would be safe for the entire span of the trip. And should something happen, they would understand more how these flames burn in space. And as you're seeing in the video, they've got this green LED light that flashes, which actually is measuring the flames coming from the fire. And again, it really makes you wonder. And it all ties into this, well, if Mars really is some dead planet that we shouldn't even be posting videos on because it's just a dead, lifeless, radiation-covered planet, which, by the way, I don't buy for a single second, and neither should you. And it seems like every time we post a Mars video, we get a lot of trolls. We get a lot of very suspicious and scientifically worded posts by these sock accounts that were created that day and are linked to other accounts posting troll messages, which then suddenly appear and never post a message ever again. And I'm telling you, you mark my words, NASA has an agenda, and they don't ever have an agenda or interest like this, especially when you have an international team of all of these space agencies working together to get us to Mars, to get these orbiters to Mars and these rovers to Mars in order to check the atmosphere. And overall, what they're doing is they're checking out the planet to see how well it would sustain life and what they will have to do in order to get humans there. So I guarantee you, Mars will be a growing topic of interest as the years go by, and we will continue reporting on it. So let me know what you guys think. Very interesting times indeed. I will post an update video as I receive more information. Now, be sure to stick around because I've got 2 more videos in the making. I'm going to try to get both of them up tonight. So be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter because I'll post updates to when those videos are coming. I always post updates to when new videos are finished. I post ETA, upload times, and other information. So be sure to follow. And yeah, we'll see you back soon in just a little bit. Stay safe, guys.